It's showtime.
Oh, it's so quiet in the studio. Shut up's not here.
No shut
We'll have
up.
to make our own noise. That's right. Wake up. It's time to get going. What's going on, JC?
All right. Good morning. I'm Jamie Cooper. Let's get this party started this morning. We got some special guests in here. We're going to play Judge Jamie in a little bit, too. We got a preacher in here this morning, preacher boy, C.W. Kennedy, Madison Street Baptist Church, Athens, Alabama. Welcome to Athens.
Thank you so much. We enjoy being here.
Yeah, you won't be after the show too much.
Stop
Maybe
it.
see you different. Matthew, you're back again.
Yes, sir.
What have you brought us today to look at?
Brought us a 64 Fairlane Thunderbolt clone.
Oh, we'll be giving that car away, Brad. Thanks,
No.
Sean. What car? We'll be giving that, we like to give a car away on Thursdays up here. Joseph brings one up here. So we'll be giving that car away to the 100th texture this morning.
I'm on it, but
I forgot to tell him that.
Yeah. We like when people
out.
donate deals over here, Joseph.
That's right, for a good cause.
Got a
Right?
little thing going on this morning, too. And we got Ethan over there this morning. He'll be keeping score. And he'll play on Judge Jamie in a little bit, too. You good in history?
All
there
right.
you go. Or you start
Confidence.
Fourth grade.
That's right. He's
Good to
got
have you up
to
here. You ever done TV before? You ever thought about getting your own? You have?
Wow.
What'd you do?
Kind of just did this.
Just do this?
Oh, okay. You sing or do any magic tricks or anything?
No.
Well, you would be after today. Zach, you fired up Alabama. Looked good last night.
well, it's not.
They
Well, it's in Greg Burns' hands. We'll see if something happens today.
Well, if they fire him today, it's what, $6 million, and they save $2
No,
million
it's
to
8
make it 15.
It don't
Pays to be a
Hey,
coach.
they got money stuck.
Why
on
didn't any of
their
us
head
get?
over there.
Nowadays, if you get fired, you get paid.
mean,
Jamie, I don't think he'll get fired. I think they'll work out a buyout.
That's
and
not
he'll
in my
leave on his own.
contract. It was.
No.
I really do.
We don't have a good enough agent. That's what it is, Jamie.
That's what good.
See you
Now.
at Sexton, too?
Before I forget it, let's do weather.
Yes, don't forget it. Let's 45, 46 degrees out there. Some of you may have seen a little bit of rain this morning, but that is definitely clearing out, and we'll be out of here shortly. And high temperatures today. Throughout the rest of the day, we shouldn't worry about any rain, but we're going to see around 62, 63 for your high today. So just enjoy. Tomorrow, full sunshine, 65 for that high, and beautiful several days. And Monday, we could see some rain return, but not bad. Enjoy some clear days. Spring is here.
Before I get over to sports, let me remind y'all what's coming up this Saturday. We'll be down at the Limestone County Event Center. You need to be there, CW. It's the 31st or 2nd annual Hospice Chili Challenge. And this year they're already filled up with them. So it starts from 10 to 2. Tickets, of course, are $10. And as always, for the 15th consecutive year, sponsored by Zeke One Love Hearing, you'll be able to see it exclusively right here on ZTV 11. It'll be packed full of entertainment from down the way. No entertainment this year. Zach will be performing up on stage with his radio show. Todd, you going to be there?
Be there.
All right,
Be our radio, ain't my
We'll be
radio.
there talking. Maybe they'll give you a chance to say something. But anyway, Chili Challenge, sponsored by Zeke One Love Hearing, 6 locations. So go by and see him. If you can't hear good, he can fix you right up.
Sure
Before I
can.
forget it, too, let's go to sports right now and find out what's happening.
Welcome to ZTV 11 Sports, brought to you by All-Star Plumbers. For all your plumbing needs, go to All-Star Plumbers. And also Applebee's Tailgate Talk, 10 to 12. Saturday mornings on the Big 1080 WKC, where we will be live at the Chili Challenge. And Barry Devine and Greg Young from the Limestone County Hall of Fame will be there to give us the scoop on the 10 inductees.
Jeff Hodges going to be there?
I don't think Jeff's going to make it, but they will be back on the show here right before talking about the golf tournament and like they do every year. So they have a golf tournament thing. So we know one guy who got leaked out by his niece on Facebook, but Barry Devine he will not tell who the other 9 are. So exclusively.
Well, who was the one they were
Tailgate
talking
Talk.
about?
Jesse Lockett from East Limestone, his aunt give it out. He played football for Joe Caracappa and basketball for Jimmy Drake. So he's the only one we know of right now.
Okay, thank you, Zach.
Congratulations to Isaac Evans for Athens. He got a no-hitter as Athens beat DAR. A lot of teams are playing baseball and softball tournaments this weekend. I believe East Limestone's playing at the beach this weekend. So not a bad place to spend spring break and play a little ball. So a lot of teams getting games in this week. No rain, thank goodness. Mike Trout, if you need to borrow some money, 12 years, 426.5 million.
Unbelievable.
Half a billion
Anybody
dollars.
even watch baseball anymore?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Can't wait for it, man. Can't wait.
Rick and Bubba said they felt like that with his level of play, that was a bargain for him.
Yeah, that's what they say.
It's
Yeah,
like, are you kidding?
half a
Bargain
billion
for
dollars.
anyone.
Hey, Joseph, he would have been a free agent in 2 years.
Radio?
He probably got he might have got 600-700 million
Wow.
in 2 years. But hey, Auburn starts their road to the tournament. Do they play today or tomorrow? I really don't know.
Today, Zach. Come on,
Okay,
man. You're a sports
they
fan.
do. I wouldn't keep it up,
Bryan. You're
Bryan.
supposed to know that kind
I
of
just
thing.
know I did have them picked, I think, go all the way to the Sweet 16, but I did have them picked to beat
I predicted
Kansas.
Auburn's going to win the whole thing.
So today, tomorrow, this days people get sick all of a sudden and just lay out of
So
work.
you laying out of work?
No, I'll be at work. I got to go to the doctor tomorrow, so
You going down to Hooters watching?
no, I'm not.
Thanks for sharing.
Might go down the road here to B-Dubs. They got all the TVs up there, but I don't know. But they're not a sponsor,
What'd he
so I'm
say?
not going to mention
Brad said, I
them.
thought you were going to say
But they need to be a sponsor.
Jimmy.
Abilene Christian boys and men's and women are celebrating their first ever NCAA trips. Congratulations to them. And Tua says he's glad that Sark is the only voice up here in 2019. Last year it was he had quarterback coach and offense coordinator. Now Sark is both of them. So looking forward to big things. I'll be down there in 2 weeks with Coach Pugh at the coaching clinic and Coach Legg. So Jamie, back to you.
All right, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I did. Avery got patted on the back by
We sometimes give him
AD
extra
Greg
time. Today
Byrne.
he's going
And he, as a fan, shouted last game. 15,000 seat arena. They had 2,000 fans last night.
He got
And
beat.
he basically said he wants to be back. And but he says it's up
Hey,
to
Zach,
Greg.
are they showing the games today at Jimmy's?
I have no idea, Jamie.
He hid in the car once when the.
You know what Jimmy's
pulled
is,
in.
don't you?
And everybody.
You don't need to know what preacher.
I
I'm
know you know. Go-go place.
I've never been. Never
Gentlemen's
played.
Guess
Yeah.
what church has a billboard right in their parking lot?
I've seen it.
Lindsay
Right.
Happy hour.
Today is National Down Syndrome Day.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep
Thanks,
that in
Lord.
mind.
Yeah,
And
my little
also
cousin-
MS month. So MS
my little cousin
Awareness
John.
Month.
That's right.
Hey, let me give a shout out to the Ardmore Band. They played in the New York City
New York City.
St. Patrick's Day Parade Sunday up there, and there's a picture of them in the
That's
paper this morning,
impressive.
too.
Great.
Also, let me go on to one other thing. Dixie, our good buddies, Bill and Richard and Peggy and the whole bunch, March 22nd. You know, they're one of the largest Toro dealers in the nation right up the road here by KFC, right down the road. Biggest sale, Toro, coming up on the 22nd. Free popcorn
Tomorrow.
for everybody. Go
get a
by there.
Their
Free-
popcorn's
All
good.
right,
They got a
CW,
popcorn
you probably already know what Joseph
Yeah.
does for a living, Matthew, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you know what this man does for a living?
Model?
Well, that's good. That's right.
I've been known to do that too.
He's a
He is a
part-time
male
actor.
model.
He's a chemist.
Wow.
Yeah, he works for NASA. He turns urine into water, Ethan, for the astronauts. So we used his expertise and made our own.
Something went wrong in the filtration.
Well, no, it didn't. Man, it's good stuff, too.
You don't want to drink it, do you?
Yeah, it's good and cold.
Stop it.
Well, it's
You're
called
making people
BP, too.
sick.
It's good
Stop
stuff.
it,
So
stop
before
it.
y'all leave, we need a salad. And then Joseph does his magic and mixes it up.
It is
kinda-
food coloring.
And we kind of go from there.
But he really does
Is that
do that.
lemonade?
All right, see what I'm going to talk about at church here at Madison Street Baptist. Y'all got a big deal coming up. When?
March 30th.
March 30th.
And 31st.
And he's going to talk a lot more about that in just a little bit. You're new to there. Been there, what, 2 years?
About 2.5 years.
2 years? Come from Orlando, originally from Indiana. And Matthew, you're kind of from parts unknown. What is that car we're going to talk about later?
That is a Fairlane. It was a factory experimental drag car that Ford built 100 of and sent out to the big Ford dealers to race in the 60s.
We'll talk more about that coming up later. Well,
That's
Dusty may
cool.
join us too around 6:30 like he always does. With that in mind, we'll take a break, come back, and play Judge Jamie. Y'all hang on. And now it's time for me to act like secretary as I bust out the chute. Judge Jamie and the Cooper Court today brought to you by One Love here in Zeke. He's in Disney World, but he'll be with us soon.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he's got
He
6
never will.
locations. He's setting them. If you can't hear, know somebody can't hear, you tell him to see Zeke, Dr. Zeke Creasy, one of the biggest. I watched the whole Auburn game with him for a marathon Sunday
good.
afternoon. We had fun
I can't believe
too.
Jamie did
All right.
That was
We're
good.
worldwide this morning, Ethan. I'm going to show you how to play this game. CW, this is your first time. Everybody's a regular player. Wrong answer. Right answer. I'll span the newspapers, the few that are out there, and Daily Mail this morning to ask current event questions. You are playing to win a can of Vienna sausages. You ever eaten these, Ethan?
Yummy.
7 in here.
No, good.
Oh, it's potty meat I'm holding, but Vienna sausages.
Just as
My
bad.
hometown, New York, used to be named Diana, and the Yankees burned it in the Civil War. All right. The first question is a simple one, Ethan. You'll know this one. Yesterday was the first day of spring, and all you millions playing at home and worldwide. What was the exact time that spring started yesterday?
4:58.
5:57.
That is the
4:58.
right answer. 4:58 is the right
Hour
answer.
off.
Well,
AM, right?
P.
No, PM.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was right
Okay.
before on your way home.
Now, you see,
yesterday.
CW, the way this happens, if you happen to know an answer,
Just holler it out.
now, we know preachers ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but when it comes to biblical stuff, yes. But common stuff, no way.
You don't know that. He might be a road
No,
scholar.
I'm judging by the preachers I do know.
Okay.
You
Okay.
talking about
Tim Anderson, Dusty McLemore, Joel Carlisle, and Johnny Lee Dees.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Jason Isbell is bringing a new event to the shows
Yes,
area.
he is.
What's it called?
Shows Fest.
All right, how many tickets are available for it?
5,000.
Zach, where are you getting? Man, you are on top of it today.
He wants those
I
potted
did tell you
meat.
what, I saw that on TV, but I did not know
All
how
right,
many.
know it
tickets.
all. What does a VIP ticket cost?
125.
250.
Which have
75.
230.
Okay.
It's going to be in McFarland Park.
Hey, you know who else is going to be there too? Cheryl Crow. That's
Zach,
pretty,
why don't I
that's
just
pretty
make you
big.
our music director up there, entertainment center?
Are you going to go,
Do
Zach?
that.
When's the NFL draft, Zach?
It's in April. It's going to be in Nashville. We're thinking about going to. Actually.
Who is the entertainment for that?
I know.
I don't
Free
know.
concert.
Who?
Dirks Bentley.
No, who's the headliner?
Oh, well, Dirks Bentley's playing a free concert that day.
Who's the headliner? No, come on.
George
Brooks.
Strait.
Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw.
Oh, wow.
Gron.
That place will be
You still married
packed.
that ugly woman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
he's still
here we-
married to that beautiful woman.
Yesterday, there was big news in the television and movie industry. Matthew.
Oh, I know.
Okay, what was it?
Toy Store 4. I can't say it.
Toy Store.
Toy Story 4 is going to happen.
Oh, I thought this was the last
I did
one.
too.
Wrong answer. That's what I was going to ask.
Okay.
Know it all. Hey, Ethan, you ever watch Toy Story? Who was Woody's girlfriend?
Jesse.
Bo Peep. All right, here we go. USA Today headline this morning. Don't you-
What was the big news?
Well, I'm trying to get a question out. Joseph thought he knew it. He was screwing me up.
Sorry.
Yesterday, Comcast was outbid by Walt Disney Company to buy
Really?
Fox Movies and their distribution, except for Fox News and stuff. How much did they pay?
86 billion.
I'm gonna let you have it. 71.3 billion. That is a good
Wow.
answer,
Look
CW.
at there.
What's some
It's
dollars?
coming on strong.
Disney Fox. Wow.
Who is going to be the guest commentator on this year's 103rd running of the Indianapolis 500?
Guest
Oh,
commentator.
wait a minute.
Yeah, I
Jeff
know this one,
Gordon.
Brad. Oh, Joe Namath. My girl.
Danica.
Is she
Danica.
really?
And for the first time, it will switch over to NBC.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
It's always been on
It's
ABC.
always been on ABC.
Is Gomer going to sing the national anthem? Or no, he sings that, My Home's in Indiana.
My home's in
dead,
Indiana.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
dude,
has he
you've
really?
been gone.
Oh, I forgot about that. Sorry, he ain't going to sing nothing.
Unless he's singing from the grave.
Hey,
Hopefully
Joseph,
he
he sings. I'm getting out of town. Dude.
Let me apologize now for some of
The
the,
views of Joseph Scott are not.
some of the guests on the show.
Sorry. I got to take up Shut Up
I
Slack.
thought there was another Gomer or something. I didn't know.
USA Today yesterday, Jay Leno. What is he predicted for the future of automobiles?
Yeah, I saw it, so I'm not gonna say.
Electric. That is the right
That's
answer,
right.
Matthew.
Oh.
Right answer.
No.
How
OJ.
many cars does he have in his collection?
35.
150.
275.
I'll let you have it. That's close. 200 and something.
Okay.
What electric car does he own?
Tesla.
That's true. What is the oldest
Well,
electric car?
you just showed it, but I don't know the name of it. It's not the Stanley Steamer.
No.
Oh,
There it is. What is that?
what's it called?
What do you call it?
It
It's
looks
a
like
Baker. It was like 1903. Baker, this barely had electricity back then, didn't
yeah,
it?
something. Yeah.
What is the name of the new book from Fox News' Weather Girl?
That good-looking blonde.
Yeah. That's not the name of the book.
Got answer, Justin.
Oh, that's the name of the book.
No, that's not the name of the book.
Sorry.
Thunderstorms are us.
Mostly sunny.
Okay.
Man, you got
She has MS.
Does she really?
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Pretty though, sure enough.
All right, here we go. You know anything about what is the most expensive pigeon ever sold, Ethan?
$1 million.
How'd you know that? 1.3 million a racing pigeon.
Saw it on news last night.
Yeah.
Dang,
Named,
Zack is all up in
named
it.
Armanetto. Oh, I know. Okay, here's one here for you. Justice Clarence Thomas did something very unusual
That's the
yesterday.
question.
He asked a question for the first time
Oh.
I think 12 years.
Are you
since when.
serious?
First time in I think 3 to 4 years he'd ever spoken on the Supreme Court.
He
He
just
asked a question yesterday. Where's he from?
Wow.
Alabama, I think.
Savannah, Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
The South.
What president? He's the longest serving Supreme Court justice up there.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I didn't know he'd been there that
1990,
long.
George Bush put him on there.
Well, how old was Ruth when she got appointed? Like,
Yeah, but she didn't get appointed that long ago. She's just old when she got appointed.
holy smoke! Why would you appoint 100?
I'll be glad we can replace her.
It won't be
Not
long.
saying, but-
I'm just saying it won't be long.
Only Ethan will know the answer to this next question.
Oh, here you go.
Who is PewDiePie?
I know.
Oh, the world's biggest YouTuber.
The what?
World's biggest YouTuber.
That's right.
That's right. Right answer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
He is makes the most money of anybody
Yeah.
on YouTube. How many subscribers, paid subscribers, does he have?
25 million.
25 million. That's a good answer, but wrong, know-it-all.
What does he do on
I
YouTube?
don't know
250
I don't
million.
know.
Actually, he's only
A
got
game.
90 million on there. Both his parents are successful.
Sit there and watch
CEOs
games
of
and people
different
watch you on
companies.
YouTube.
Really?
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
What a life, Brad.
All right, we're moving on, Zach. Get hold of yourself.
His name was also called out by the new ceiling shooter.
Yeah, oh, yeah, sure
I
was.
still ain't figured out something to do with YouTube.
What Democratic candidate right now is leading Trump by 10% in the polls?
Democrat?
Yeah.
Biden?
Oh,
Biden?
Joe Biden is the right answer.
Well,
He ain't even
yeah,
announced
Wow.
yet. Joe Biden is the right answer. What is the only Democratic candidate right now that Trump is leading over, in a major candidate in the polls?
No idea.
Well,
oh,
anyway,
Leading
you know who else
candidate?
is running them?
Beto.
Oh, I wouldn't
Oh,
even
yeah.
consider him leading.
You know Beto,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah.
I
Save
do
the
not-
world.
I do not follow politics.
Oh, you better be glad
Well,
you
you ain't gonna
don't.
know squat these next two answer
Uh-oh.
questions, ain't you? What candidate has called for the Electoral College to be done away with?
All of them have.
Attorney, right?
Ridiculous.
I mean,
That did a speech in Mississippi.
Wow.
Pocahontas. Elizabeth Warren. She says that they need, and also they need to remove all Confederate symbols. They won't do away with electoral college where California and New York can
yeah. Rule the
They'll
country.
decide everything.
The electoral college back 2 or some years ago, those guys they were way ahead of their time.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna do a multi-part question here. Winner take all, Ethan. History, right up your alley. You ready? A former president has his summer home listed for $13.5 million in the Hamptons.
True.
Wow.
His summer home. Now he's deceased, but who would that president be? Hey, Brad, don't show a picture yet.
Why, it
Oh,
didn't do
like that'll help us out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it didn't do me any good.
I don't even know who that is, Brad, so it don't matter to
You
me.
can leave that sucker up there, buddy.
He was the 17th president. Who was that?
Andrew Johnson.
He was 2. No, he was
Jackson.
he was
No,
4.
he was 4.
John Adams was 2. Give up?
Boy, we're
Yeah.
some
This
great
is a
ones.
very popular.
Samuel Adams.
This is that's the beer.
Well, he was the president too, wasn't he?
No,
I don't know.
It ain't Taft.
Samuel Adams was the president.
I don't know.
You had John Adams and his son.
John Adams, there we go.
Not Samuel Adams.
One of those Adams.
All right, he's a very popular president, known as the Walrus, because of his mustache. He's also known as the Dude president.
The
Who
dude?
was the Walrus? I know that.
I have no
Still don't
idea.
know.
Huh? He was
We're
21st, Brad,
pitiful.
excuse me. 21st president.
There you go, Brad.
I've got it written here. His
it
house was
straight, Brad.
almost 6,000 square feet.
Grover
6,000
Cleveland,
square feet,
Grover Cleveland
Roosevelt.
replaced him.
13 million.
Benjamin
6,000.
Harrison.
Roosevelt?
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chester Arthur.
Oh, I knew that. It was on the tip of my tongue.
President Arthur.
Dude, I don't even remember him being a president.
Oh,
Esther.
What is his claim to fame about getting elected?
Nobody knowing him.
he was single.
They just saw his name and said check
He
mark.
never was elected president.
Oh, there we go.
The previous president died,
And while
was
in office.
assassinated right after he got elected.
They used to have a lot of presidents.
That's the way to get a gig
James
there.
Garfield was assassinated. He was the vice president. Here's my question. How do you spell assassinated?
Oh, Ethan.
All
all over.
right.
A-S-S-I.
Wrong answer. Come on, try again. ASS,
A.
A.
ASS, INATED.
That's what he was going to
He
say.
was president in 1881.
Good try, brother.
Yeah, good
You got
try.
closer than I would have got. That's why I didn't say that.
But that's hard to believe. When was the house built?
Man, that was a nice house for that
The
long
house was
ago.
built in 1796.
Remodeled.
They've since added pools and indoor
Yeah,
bathrooms.
but that bedroom, you see how big it was for back then?
Yeah.
It's bigger than my bedroom.
That's what he's the first president to ever remodel the White House and make it a formal looking place.
That. That's beautiful.
Wow, that's sweet.
All right, here's the winning question right here to go into 1881 to 1886. He was president, 85. What famous TV show that runs here on ZTV and Cozy was set in that time period?
The
Petticoat
Virginia.
Junction.
Lone Ranger.
It's a Little House.
Last.
Little House on the Prairie.
Very good. Zach, we'll have to give you a runaway winner today.
Oh, no kidding.
Zach's favorite show. He loves to watch it. We'll come back. We'll talk to C.W. Kennedy in just a moment. Then we'll go outside when it gets light enough, obviously. Y'all hang on.
I did watch it some, but I was...
Jamie's on a roll this morning. Let's quickly go over that forecast. Rain is out of here, thankfully. It is about 46 degrees out there. A little bit warmer than usual, they said, for the morning temperatures, but we'll take them. Doesn't feel bad at all. Roads are wet, so be careful on your way into work. Today, high temperatures around 62, 63 degrees. And tomorrow, 65, full sunshine, so just enjoy. Saturday, just in time for the Chili Challenge, 62, cloudy skies. Come join us. We'll be there. Hospice Chili Challenge. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. And Hometown Lenders, safewithgloria.com. Easy process to get you started on that new mortgage, that pre-qualifying, or refinance that home.
And we'll talk more about another
that
product
Dusty?
we got coming up here in just a moment. I'll see if Dusty's going to arrive. He's probably out there taking a whiz by a truck or something. So he can, we see
Stop
him on
it.
the camera right there. C.W. Kennedy up here this morning. New to Athens, been here about 2 years. The pastor over at Madison Street Baptist Church.
Yes.
Welcome to our program.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
Yeah, you may not
welcome.
say that by the time you leave, but anyway. All right, let's start off. What do y'all got coming up?
Well, March 30th, we have a gospel sing, and we have our homecoming on March 31st. Our church has been in this Athens area for 73 years and has a great heritage. and we're just moving along and keeping it going. So we're excited about it. And then the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday after that, we're going to have a spring revival. So
Oh, now, you got a tent outside, or y'all having it inside?
we're having it inside. Yes, sir. We actually just remodeled our auditorium last year and went through a 6-figure remodel. And I tell you, our church has been a great group of people. They've stepped up by faith and gave sacrificially, many of them. And our auditorium needed some repairs, and while we were repairing it, we also decided to bring everything up, new color scheme and everything too.
Great.
So it's been a great time there. The church has been really moving forward, and we're excited.
Where are you located on Madison Street?
If you just go north out of the square on Jefferson Street, if you go to 5th Avenue, there's a stoplight there. You take a left, we're 1 block in at the corner of Madison and 5th.
All right, great. On your revival, you got any speakers coming in?
We do. We have a singing family. They call themselves the Weilers on Wheels. And it's an older gentleman, has adult children, and they'll bring in a couple fifth wheels, and they've got a big group of people. They sing, preach, they do the whole thing. So we're excited about it, and so we're just looking forward to that. I knew them when I was pastoring in Orlando.
Okay.
And, they have other family that do that as well. Been trying to get them in, but they're kind of a one-stop
Shop.
shop. They do a lot of things, and
Now, will they do the whole 3 days?
How neat.
they'll do, yes, all 4 days. We're going to do the gospel sing Saturday night at 6, and then on our homecoming, we're going to have a church service start at 10:30. It's a little bit earlier than normal. We're going to have a fellowship dinner after, and then they'll be singing throughout the whole day, and that night we're going to come back at 6, and then that'll start our spring revival. So we're looking forward to it, and they're a great family. One thing I like about them too is that they're real. One of the scourges of our day is fake Christianity.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And they're just real people. They're not perfect, but they love the Lord. And
Reckon you can get them up early for that Tuesday?
yeah, I think so. Would you like to have them come in?
I'd love to have them.
Oh, I think they would love to come
Oh,
in.
yeah.
Speaking of kind of fake Christians, I'm flipping through the channels the other day, and I come across Jim Baker.
Okay.
He's like a snake oil salesman now.
Right.
I sell stuff, but this dude's out of control. And they're going through all this biblical stuff, and they're selling, you
He's
name it.
probably
In the
getting a
last
lot of
50 to 100
money.
years, he's got it up there selling it.
Right,
And
right.
How in the world this guy went to prison for doing the same thing, and now he's back on TV
Doing the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway, enough about that. I just happened to bring that in when you said fake Christian.
Right,
Yeah, if
yeah.
we could get that group up here, that'd be awesome.
That'd be great. We'll stay in contact and we'll get them up here.
Great. All right, so
That'd be
how long you been a minister?
About 16 years full time, and I've had a year or two off in between, but about 16 years, yes, sir.
So how did Athens reach out and find you?
Well, I was in Orlando, and the Lord was moving us a different direction. Pastored down there successfully for 3 years, and there was a mutual friend that when I lived in Athens, Georgia, he was there as a missionary, Richard Smith, and he's actually one of the missionaries at the church here.
Okay.
And so that's how we got connected up. Plus, a friend that goes to church in Huntsville is from Orlando, and the church we were just at temporarily, she happened to be there that Sunday morning and said, hey, our church is praying for another church in Athens. And she gave us their prayer bulletin. She's like, maybe you can contact them. And really, it was a supernatural leading of the Lord for us to come up here. And at that time, we were praying that the Lord would bring us to a place, to an area that's a good area that we could finish raising our girls in.
Okay.
And we enjoyed Florida, and a beautiful state. But one of the things I love about Athens is it's the small town, and it's a good moral area. It just, Orlando, a lot of people don't realize it, but it just culturally just really gone down into the tank. But there's a lot of great things about Athens that we really like, and we enjoy being in a small town. And it's a heavily churched area, but one of the positive things is that people are, they love the Lord, and they think about the Lord a lot. So
Talk about your
That's
services
great.
now. What time are y'all having things over there? Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesdays? What times are you having?
our normal service times, Sunday school on Sundays is 9:45, and then church at 10:45. And then Sunday night at 6, and then Wednesdays at 7 p.m. We had our church service last night at 7 p.m. So
Don't believe everything you hear about me. Just because I've been down at the ABC liquor store every morning at 8, 10 o'clock when they open, it's because I'm getting boxes and I'm boxed out because we are packing to move.
Woohoo.
Like that, I tell that yet.
Oh, sure, go
So
ahead.
anyway, I got more liquor store boxes in our house than the liquor store. And you can pack good stuff in a Jim Beam box. I'm telling you right now.
Well, they're thick, they're sturdy, they're
Or Smirnoff
small
vodka
enough,
box or whatever. But you
Free,
know.
right?
and they're free.
Oh yeah,
The right price.
Yeah.
That's right.
DA's got them for something stupid me. I said, you got boxes? He said, yeah, they're right over there. I mean, you know, well, those are you, I ain't paying for them. So anyway, what else do we know about you and your family? You grew up, your dad was a deacon?
Yes, deacon. He still is in my home church. I grew up in a large church in Hammond, Indiana, and they're doing good up there. And my father-in-law is a pastor in Cicero, Illinois.
Really?
Been pastoring there for 40 years. He pastored another church, but he's been faithful. I have some wonderful in-laws, let me tell you. I think I have the best mother-in-law in the world. She's just a sweet lady.
When all of y'all get together and eat, who does the blessing for the meal? Y'all fight over it?
We arm wrestle, and whoever wins, no, I'm joking, but we take turns or whatever. This all depends on who's buying, I
You
guess.
feel like pressure's on you? Yeah,
Yeah.
You feel pressure on you with your father being a minister and your dad being a deacon? Why didn't you do something different?
You know, I wanted to be a pilot when I was growing up, and I was praying about what to do, and my home pastor just said, you know, if you don't know for sure, you know, give Bible college a year, and if it doesn't work out, then I'll help you go into whatever field you need to go into. So, you know, I did, and in that year, the Lord just really impressed on my heart to go into full-time service. And March 1st is when I surrendered. 1998 is when I surrendered to go in full-time service. So it's been 21 years, and I didn't feel any pressure. My dad wanted me to serve the Lord, and my father-in-law is one of my biggest fans, and I'm a fan of his. And he's one of my counselors. When I have a question, people ask me a spiritual question, I'm like, you know, I don't know, but I know someone who might. And he has his own doctorate in theology and great family. And so, you know, my wife and I have been married 17 years, have 2 girls. And I tell you, being a parent humbles you a lot because it makes you scratch your head like, okay, what do I do now? And they're great kids and love them. They're just wonderful girls. They sing and play the piano.
Awesome.
And they love doing
You got
it.
any talent?
Yes, my one talent is picking the longest line. No matter if I'm driving down the road or going to the store, no matter if it's going to the checkout line. So that's my one talent, picking the slowest line.
All right, so you wanted to be a pilot.
Yes, sir.
All right, do you know you were talking to a man? One of the few you'll ever know that flew with the Thunderbirds.
Really?
At jet number 2 out of Birmingham, Alabama, when you were a kid. There it is right there. That's me in the seat behind it. Let me ask y'all, how'd that go, Todd?
Not too good.
Not too
Did it
good.
make you throw up?
Oh, yeah. He ate
There I am
lunch
getting
before
out.
he went. Not
Wow.
smart.
I couldn't even drive back. I was so sick. Do you know what a Thunderbird? I did the first selfie ever in a Thunderbird with a silent 16 millimeter film camera. Had my other guy on me doing 700, Ethan, 700 miles an hour
Wow.
before I threw up.
How did it feel?
Bad.
Man, you feel all the G-forces on
We
you?
pulled about 6.5 to 7 Gs.
Wow.
It was an experience that I'll never do again. I mean, woo, tough. Anyway, welcome to Athens.
I appreciate
Hope
it.
to get you guys back on then again.
Yes, it's been a
We'll work
pleasure.
that out.
That comes up when?
March 30th is our gospel sing, then the 31st is our homecoming, and then our spring revival starts the night of the 31st.
C.W. Kennedy, the
Right.
chief lead pastor over at Madison Street Baptist Church. Tell D.A. we said hello.
Yes, sir, I'll do that.
All right, we'll take a break. Come right back. Y'all, hang on.
And we are back. We're going to talk about a couple of little segments here before we head outside to show that car. But thank you guys for being with us. Todd, let's talk about the Autism Walk.
All right. I thought I was going to talk about something else, but April 13th.
April 13th.
Saturday, 9
We'll
to 12.
talk about what you did yesterday next time. But
That's fine. No, that's fine.
So how do people register?
Go to autism-alabama.org, and you'll see a place on there where you can just go and register. Please click on it. Go to Athens. and a drop-down box, and you can put all your list there. You
Information in
can
there.
create a team, do that if you want to.
Great.
And love to have all the schools participate and come out and support.
We need
Appreciate
to.
it.
And yesterday you had the fun time of being in Montgomery?
Well, yesterday was actually with Tompkins and Seat. Monday was Montgomery.
Okay, well, you've been busy.
I've been busy. I've been on the road a lot, but yeah, that was the interesting story about Gage and Senator Tom Butler.
Yeah, that was. So you got to take your son up there. And we'll go into more of that
Yeah.
here
We'll
another
talk
day.
about it.
Yeah, because we need time to set that up. Maybe we'll get
Okay.
Gage up here one morning too. I know that might be scary. All right, now it's also, not only is it Down Syndrome Day, National Day today, but it's also, you told me this morning, it's MS Awareness Month.
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason you know that,
I recently was diagnosed with MS about 8 months ago.
Oh, wow.
And so I am learning all about it.
Right.
The ups and downs and all the problems that people with MS face, and it is a whirlwind.
what led you to start going to the
I was starting to have some eye pains and thought I was just getting older, go get my eyes checked.
Right.
And my eyes were perfect, so I went and had a CAT scan and MRI done, and they found 14 lesions on my brain, and that led into MS testing and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And now I'm going to Christopher Lugang in Coleman and getting treatment. And so just taking it one day at a time.
Yeah, goodness. Well, you've brought Ethan up here today.
Yes,
and I
ma'am.
have to say, Ethan was the youngest person we've had in here, and it's like, I think I need some coffee. And he was. So does he go to you guys go to all the car shows and everything together?
Yes, ma'am. He's been doing this with me since he could walk, and he's one of my biggest fans and supporters. So.
Great. Good job, Ethan. Anything you want to say? What grade are you in? Fourth grade.
And what
you did
school?
good.
Whitesburg Christian Academy.
All right. Nice. Were you ready to go outside and help with the car? You
Yes,
are?
ma'am.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, just keep everybody in your prayers who are going through things. That's always important, and prayer never hurts, and we all desperately need them too. That's right. All right. Well, we're going to take a break. We're going to head outside. Stay with us. We're going to go show off that pretty car out there. We'll be back in just a moment.
Well, good morning. We are out here today outside for our first vehicle of the year, and it's a special one. So, Matthew, tell us what you have brought today.
We have brought a 1964 Fairlane 500 that was a factory-built race car by Ford in 1964. They made 100 of these cars and were only given to certain Ford dealers to go out and race in the super stock class. And that's what we have brought. Now, this is not an original. This is a clone. As you can imagine, the real ones are quite rare and very valuable.
Approximately what would a real, actual, non-clone car be worth?
They're in the $300,000 to $500,000 range.
Wow, yeah, that's impressive. But that's not to say this one is not a very valuable car, because it is.
That is correct. This one has everything that the original ones had except for the pedigree, the VIN number.
And so we'll get to the engine in a minute, but tell the viewers a little bit about the different parts that gave them a weight savings for drag racing.
When they were building these cars, weight was the main goal they were trying to save. And for example, all the glass on this car is plexiglass. It had fiberglass bumpers, fiberglass hood, aluminum fenders, and aluminum deck lid.
So that was really a good weight savings for getting it a little faster down the track.
Yes, weight was the main factor. The horsepower was there. It's just trying to save as much weight as possible.
And speaking of horsepower, as Jamie gets a shot of that engine, the 427 cubic inch, that's a very special motor with some special gadgets on it. So tell them about that.
That is correct. This 427 is producing in the 500 horsepower range from the factory in '64. It came with 2 4-barrels. It had the high beams deleted for a cold air intake, and the suspension was fine-tuned and all built by Detroit Steel and Tubing in '64.
That is amazing. And it's such a beautiful color. And you were telling me that all of these graphics that you put on here are correct to the way it was raced.
That's correct. This is exactly how it was delivered to Woody Anderson Ford for Pat Gray. His father was a big name in Huntsville in the 60s, and they wanted his son to go out and race this car. And as you can see, it has Woody Anderson Ford on the side, and that's where the car was delivered and ran out of.
That is so cool. Can you imagine back in the day, in 1964, having 500 horsepower under the hood?
No, I could not. And also another part of this car is they put in Econoline van seats, so it's basically riding on a bucket going down the track.
Wow, that is amazing. And you do get this car out to some of the shows, I see.
This is the second time we've had this out. This is my personal car, and I have been working on this for about 5 years on the weekends and after work. So it's been a long time coming, but we're just glad to get it out.
And that's right. And speaking of your shop, Classic Car Concepts, you were telling me that because you work on other people's cars so much, your cars are the hardest to get to.
That's right, because my cars don't pay anything until they're getting ready to go to somebody else's garage.
That is funny. That is so funny. Well, you've got a lot of nice cars. And speaking of cars, you got a little car show coming up soon.
We do. April 6th in Huntsville, Alabama at Whitesburg Christian Academy, my son's school. We're putting on our 3rd annual car show. It's a big show, big fundraiser for the school, and all the proceeds go to benefit the children at the school.
And that's awesome. And there's a lot of other events. I used to call it kind of a spring fling. So there's a lot of things for the kids and the parents to do besides the car show, too.
There is a marketplace inside the school or inside the Rock Church, and then there's going to be all kind of vendors and arts and crafts and just a lot of things for the whole family.
That is great. Well, that is just such an awesome thing to do. And you'll have this car at the show?
I will. I'll have this, and we'll have our Shelby. And also, we have just found a 66 Shelby barn find that is still in the original state. So we're going to have that car down there on display also.
In a barn find condition?
It's been sitting in a barn for 30-plus years.
That is awesome. That is so cool. You know, and to me, it's good to see people restore cars. It's good to see people do, factory clones and things. But the old saying is they're only original once.
That is true. They are only original once, and they are getting harder and harder to come by.
That is so cool. Well, we do have a couple of other car shows to talk about this weekend, and I think I sent those to Brad. And so I'll get a shot. I'm trying to think. I know there's a car show in Haleyville. This one is at Christway Church. That's up, I can't see it, but I believe that is in Meridianville. And so go and check that one out. It seems like there was another one in Haleyville. And then the ride that Shaggy and the folks talked about, that particular one got rained out, so they are having it this Saturday. So, well, Matthew, thank you so much. And there's the flyer for Matthew's show coming down at Whitesburg Christian Academy. So if the weather's as pretty as Gloria said it's going to be, get out this weekend and enjoy some time with your family. Be safe. And Matthew, thank you so much for bringing this car, and we'll see you next time.